How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another match reaction right here on Turkish LDN. Make sure you're subscribed if you haven't subscribed already. As you can see, I'm just under 7,000 away from 100k. And as you can see, there's a bit of energy here that wouldn't have been here if it was 10 minutes or so ago. If that full-time whistle blew 10 or so minutes ago, then this energy would have been very different. I was setting this camera up, this microphone up, and thinking, how after a week of back and forth with me and Steve and a little buzz between us and a potential title race, because there's no race yet. The race starts halfway through the season. How have we managed to squander a 2-goal lead to newly promoted Leicester City? Those were the questions running through my mind. And to be honest, I was going to ask you. I was going to let you tell me in the comment section. But we've pulled it out the bag, people. We've pulled it out the bag. And not only pulled it out the bag, we added the cherry on top with a 4th goal from Kai Havertz. But let's get into it. You've probably hit the like button already. Make sure it's on 1,000 nice and early, people. Like I said, subscribe. A lot of love here. If you're wondering why I wasn't on AFTV watch along, I didn't do a watch along on my channel. It is what it is. But we'll be back on the Big Six tomorrow for Man United Tottenham, and I can do Man United Tottenham with a smile on my face. My least. I was going to say favoured, but it's most hated teams in the Big Six going up against each other. But let's talk, because Martinelli first half, it looked like it was going to be one of those days where he was picking up the ball, he was causing a threat, but he wasn't doing what we want him to do in the final third. There was an early chance he blazed over the bar. I think Saka played it into him off the top of my head. I mean, the first half feels so long ago now that I'm hoping I'm remembering everything. But I think Saka found Martinelli, and really he should have got it on target. To be honest, probably should have done more than just get it on target, but blazed it over, or just over, or however you want to describe it. It was over. It wasn't on target. It wasn't headed towards the right destination. And, it was frustrating to see, because it was like, he needs one of them to go in. And I think it was less than 5 minutes later, one of those went in. I forgot who played him in. Timber played him in, some good work. And Martinelli gets on the end of it, doesn't hit it cleanly. But when you're in this sort of form, sometimes it takes something like that to just go your way, and then you find your form. He kind of scuffed it a little, but that scuff pretty much ensured it goes bottom corner away from the keeper and into the back of the net. And you could tell the relief. You could just tell how much it meant to him, because he knows, we've all talked about his form over the last 12 months, and none more so than me, who, not so long ago said he had a higher ceiling than Saka. Obviously, it's laughable now considering where the two players are at in their development. But if Martinelli can get anywhere close to his form 2 seasons ago, added to what Saka is now, then would be in very good stead moving forward. And he got his goal, so now we can put hopefully the bad form behind him and start looking forward to a rejuvenated Martinelli, a refreshed Martinelli, a Martinelli ready to go and fire us firstly into a title race, and secondly, hopefully, ideally, a title. But we won't know about that till April at the very least, if not May. But yeah, Martinelli goal. Thank you. 1-0. It was one of those games where we had a lot of control. We was, a threat. But at the same time, we needed that goal, especially nice and early, to open it up a little bit. And I think it did open it up. I mean, again, 5 or so minutes after Martinelli's goal, another effort from Martinelli. Hermansen, that was probably his first very good / great save in a match where he made a lot of very good / great saves. So Martinelli was unlucky with that one. Hermansen makes a save, and the rest of the first half, control, threat, but no icing on the cake, no cherry on top, until obviously Trossard. And I've got to mention Martinelli again here, because Martinelli picks it up from Timber, I think. And it looks like Timber wanted it back coming into the box, but Martinelli had other ideas. Saw Trossard a few yards behind Timber, obviously from Martinelli's angle. and he just, fizzed it into him. I say fizzed, it wasn't, a mad fizz, but it was enough of a fizz to let Timber know this ain't for you, my bro. This is for the guy behind you, Trossard. And Trossard, listen, if there's anyone in our attack on and off the bench you want in that position, it's going to be Trossard. And it, buried it. Got contact on it, bottom corner. Didn't have to do much because of the fizz. Goal and assist for Martinelli and a goal for Trossard, the two names that are often touted as the competition for our left-hand side. Obviously, both starting now, Odegaard out. And it's good that Trossard got a goal too. I've waxed lyrical in a sense about Martinelli this first half and how much that goal should mean for him moving forward. Add an assist to that, but Trossard too. Trossard off the bench this season, a very different player to Trossard starting games this season. So it's nice that he got a goal. And to be honest with you, moving into the second half, he was probably the biggest threat we had, aside from set pieces and balls into the box. Maybe. But let's get into the second half. 2-0 up at halftime. We're thinking, coast it, get a couple more goals. I predicted 3-0. I predicted 3-0 on Big Six. I predicted 3-0 on Forever, or was it 4-0? Either way, I saw goals in the game and 2-0 up at halftime with very little threat the other side from Leicester. I thought, all right, 4's on the cards, for sure. 2 minutes into the second half. Listen, Leicester score 2 minutes in. We all know. But the referee, I mean, Vardy makes a run in behind across Saliba. Legs get tangled because he's made that run, smart run. And it's a free kick. It is a free kick, fine. And he gives a yellow card to Saliba 2 minutes into the second half for that. Didn't make sense to me. Further yellows later on in the second half didn't make sense. I'm not just going to talk about Arsenal players because Skip was booked a few minutes after Calafiori as well. And I look at it and think, how are you booking, man, for these? These are essentially 50-50 tackles at very best. And man are coming away with yellow cards with 40 minutes of the game to go. It just doesn't make sense. But Leicester have a free kick. Cross comes in. Was it Ndidi with the header? Nah, James Justin. It was Justin with the header, right? Either way, whoever headed the ball, it hit Havertz and Raya was out of it. So, yeah, not a great way to start the second half. But listen, I think you all saw me 1-0 up against Tottenham and you all saw me 2-1 up against City. With the way our defence defends now, got to be confident. Got to be confident, especially at home to Leicester, even though we conceded early in the second half. But, more for me. But let's talk, because another chance came. I can't remember how long after, but it was Gabriel corner kick. Leaps highest, the usual recipe from our set pieces this season. But Hermansen makes another great save. They're showing the highlights in the background now. So if you see my attention go there quickly, it's just they're talking about the silly little fouls. Oh no. Obviously, I haven't got the audio one, so it looks like they're talking about Calafiori potential second yellow card, but he yellow carded. What's the other guy? Buonet or whatever his name is, man. I think he yellow carded him for appealing. But yeah, Gabriel header, great save, and then Trossard gets onto a loose ball into the box. I think Saka tried to play it across, deflected about 10, 12 yards out. Trossard does well. It was kind of like a volley, half volley, right outside of the boot, toe poke type. He done well and hit the post and rolled out for a goal kick. And when you just concede and then you miss back-to-back chances like that, because the Gabriel header, good header, great save. The Trossard chance, I mean, he done everything right and it still wasn't enough. The keeper wasn't anywhere near it. And then 4 minutes later, goal, Leicester, 2-2. Another cross into the box, not a set piece this time. I think we should have done better. And Ndidi crosses it in from their left-hand side, our right-hand side. Shouldn't have been able to get that in, but he gets it in. And it's not the best of balls. I mean, it's deep. It lands about 10, 12 yards out. A bit long. But it was perfect for Justin, who anticipated it best, who anticipated it most out of everyone in and around it. And he just ran onto it, perfect run, and what a goal. One of the goals of the month for sure. Probably might end up one of the goals of the season contenders at the end, because it was a sweet volley. It was a volley outside of the boot. It kind of curled round Raya's outstretched arm in off the post. That always adds a bit of, salt, sauce, whatever. And I just thought, nah, no way. But I was still confident. I still thought, all right, we've messed about a bit. 2 balls into the box. Defending wasn't great, but cool. We're going to get back into it. And get back into it we did. Again, chance after chance after chance. But then I was thinking, nah, the lack of a clinical signing this summer is going to cost us. It's going to cost us. In the end, it didn't. But when you consider... Actually, Saka was a bit selfish for one of those. I don't know if it happened at 2-1 or 2-2, but he ran onto a ball that really he should be cutting back. Instead, he went for the right foot shot into the side net and wasn't to be. He had the shot that was blocked actually and fell to Havertz. I don't know if it was offside or not. I think I didn't see it back, but the first touch from Havertz was beautiful. You see that first touch? It makes me sick when people try and say Bergkamp or Berbatov and all this with Havertz. That's sort, those sort of, even though Berbatov said it himself. But that touch, beautiful touch, over the defender, perfectly into his vicinity. And 4 yards out, you smashed that into the back of the net. Too close to the keeper, straight on. And to be honest, it would have been a great goal. Might have been ruled offside. I can't remember if they even replayed it enough for me to see. But straight after that as well, literally 30 seconds, Rice puts Havertz through, running into the box. Akoli just brushed him aside, shoulder to shoulder. And to be honest with you, you could tell Havertz was looking for it. It was very weak, very soft. And when you consider the position he was in, I think it was foolish. Listen, we won the game in the end, but it was foolish in my opinion. And it just felt like after those 2 chances and Leicester getting back into the game and it creeping up to 20 minutes to go, is it going to be one of those? Leicester, 10 men behind the ball. I'm not complaining. We did it last week. You got to do what you got to do. 10 men behind the ball, newly promoted team away from home, going to make it difficult for us. We've missed some good chances. Hermansen just making save after save. Oh, yeah, he gave the ball away. One moment he gave the ball away, Hermansen. I think he just made a save before that. He gives the ball away, literally just outside the box. Rice into Trossard, point-blank range in terms of he only has the keeper to beat. Trossard puts power behind it. It's going in, and Hermansen makes another great save. So I'm there thinking, nah. Then I'm seeing Havertz out wide, and I'm thinking, what's going on? Sterling's come on the pitch. Martinelli's off, which in my opinion... in terms of attacking, Martinelli, probably one of his better games, not only because he got the goal and assist, but he was a threat. He was beating his man. But Sterling comes on, we need something. But I don't think Havertz out wide is what we needed. Wasn't working, didn't really understand it. It's not like he was really getting involved, linking up. And, that went on for about 15 minutes or so. Or it felt like 15 minutes or so. But yeah. Didn't work. Partey, second half really struggled in my opinion. Failed to keep control. And to be honest with you, I mean, even just before Leicester scored, I was thinking about Nwaneri coming on the pitch just to give them something else to think about, And Partey, yeah, he didn't have a great second half. But Arteta waited till, I think, 85th minute, 84th, 86th, something like that, to take Partey off. And Nwaneri comes on. And listen, Nwaneri comes on, and I won't say changes the game because the game was in our favour anyway. Leicester were defending, but he added that needed guile, that needed creativity, that needed hunger. Because as soon as he come on the pitch, I think he had a shot, forced Hermansen into another save. I think he created a chance as well. He was linking up. He was getting onto the end of the second balls. He was doing what you expect a young man, 17 years old, coming on the pitch for Arsenal to do, and more. And then I started thinking, okay, maybe we can get something out of this. But even that felt like it dried up a little bit. Calafiori had a header, I think, just before the 90. He had a header where, again, when you're looking at it live, you're thinking to yourself, corner, deep, back post, Calafiori, he's got the leap on him. Just head that down into the back of the net, and yeah, Hermansen, another save. Listen, he didn't head it down enough, but done enough to get it in the back of the net. And And it wasn't to be, people. It wasn't to be. But we enter injury time, 7 minutes added on, 7 minutes. And it's a set piece that done it for us again. People can moan about the set piece thing, but I love it. I love that we've got different ways to win a game. I love that we've got different ways to cause problems. And you can see how much, set pieces are a big piece of ammunition for us. You saw it last week. Pretty much see it in every game this season. But listen, it comes back post. Trossard, tries to get it back into the mix, gets it back into the mix, and did he? Unfortunate for him, considering his part in getting Leicester back into it. Hits the back of his heel and goes into the back end. And I don't care how we do it, we had to do it. Especially with Man City drawing earlier today against Newcastle away from home. Not an easy ground to go to, but you expect City with the record they have against Newcastle to get those 3 points. We needed the win today. We couldn't follow that up, and a good draw at the Etihad up, and a good win at Tottenham up with a draw at home to Leicester. We couldn't do that. We couldn't let that happen, and we didn't. So big up the team for that. Havertz adds a goal at the end. I think he needed that as well, just to get him, confident again and all this stuff, because we know how important that is to him into a run of games that really we're looking at and hoping that if Man City do face a negative impact of this Rodri injury like we all expect them to, we must take advantage. And the sooner we take advantage, the better, especially with our Odegaard with us at the moment. If we can be in a healthy position for his return, we'll be in a very good place. But let's not forget today, people, I'm not going to dwell on it, but for at least 30 minutes of that second half, we was all looking at it thinking, if we had a gunman, if we brought that clinical player in, the chances we created today, we would have won this game easily, even with the setbacks defensively for the 2 goals, because it was poor. But we won't dwell on it. We won the game 4-2 Arsenal. Deserved winners as well. Leicester put up a fight. Big up them. But yeah, 3 points in the bag. And to be honest, I haven't checked the league table. Let me check that league table right now as it stands. I know Wolves are playing Liverpool shortly, so that will have some impact on the standings, because Liverpool are obviously, they was ahead of us before we played today. So joint points with City, 14 apiece, 4 wins and 2 draws each. A goal difference of 7 for us, 8 for Man City. And Chelsea just behind us, looking healthy as well after, 4 goals from Palmer, was it? Well, that's where I left it at anyway, in terms of checking up. Liverpool play Wolves. We'll see how that goes. And man of the match. I mean, up until the 92nd minute, I was saying the man of the match was Hermanson, if I'm honest with you. Martinelli, that first half, but nah. The second half was where the going got tough. I mean, Nwaneri came on and probably done more in the short space of time than a lot of players in the attacking or in the midfield / attacking third did throughout that second half. Man of the match is a difficult one today, people, Or is it? Does Trossard deserve it? I don't know. I'm not calling a man of the match today. I'm just happy. 4-2. It looked like they was about to ruin the weekend. Couple that up with 1-1 Man City. We're happy, people. We're happy we can enjoy the rest of the weekend. Wolves versus Liverpool next, and Man United versus Tottenham tomorrow. The 2 pagans collide. Make sure you're there on the Big 6, people. Watch along as usual. If it's a 4:30 kickoff, it'll be a 4 p.m. start on the watch along. If it's a 4 kickoff, it'll be 3:30. I haven't checked it, but it is what it is, people. Make sure you hit the like button. Hopefully you've enjoyed the match reaction. It wasn't powered by Henny today. But like it same way, make sure you subscribe, put a notification bell on. Road to 100k coming up real soon. Go over to Big 6, show them some love too, and make sure you're there Monday, people. Love.